I probably should.
I mean, yeah, we'll edit the crap out of it.
It's all good.
It's all good in the neighborhood.
Well, welcome to the podcast. This is Rachel, aka Sparkles, and I'm joined here by one of my besties.
My name is Erica. I'm Sunshine.
And we are so excited for our guest today. This is a good friend of mine who does amazing things in the world of music therapy, business owner extraordinaire, Miss Jen Pinson slash Gastineau slash whatever she feels like being called on any given day or time. Hi, Jen. Welcome.
Hello. Yay. Thank you guys for having me so much. I'm so excited to be with you and feel honored to be your first guest on the podcast. And so I'm excited for both of you.
Yes. Now, Jen, can you introduce yourself a little bit? I'm sure everybody wants to know all the fun facts about
All the
you.
details.
Yeah. My name is Jennifer Pinson Gastineau. So I have been Jennifer Pinson for most of my life and just recently got married or remarried. And my last name is now Gastineau. So I use she, her pronouns. I have been a music therapist. I will actually certify this year for 15 years. I'm really excited about the fact that it's 15 years. I have been a parent for 11 years. So my oldest daughter is 11. I do have a stepdaughter who's 14, but I have been a parent for 11 years. My claim to fame is I wear multiple hats. I wear tons and tons of hats. I also am a female tuba player, and so which is exciting and fun. I loved when I was younger, like always being like one of the only female tuba players, and so super fun. I have been driving for what did I say, guys? 26, 25 years, 25 years. And I really enjoy eating candy. So even just yesterday, I had like the little airhead little things. I really love fruity candy and can eat anything fruity, although I do really like a salty and savory sort of thing too. And I am a business owner. I have owned Dynamic Music Services in Indianapolis, Indiana for 12 years now. And so I can't think of many other things I've done longer than 12 years. Owning a business is super fun and it gets to be one of the things I've done for like the longest in my life.
That's amazing. That's a lot.
Yes.
That's a very dense portfolio. I mean, your CV must be pages.
Oh my gosh, when I used to put all my presentations on my CV, it was forever long. And so I ended up losing my CV copy and forgot some of my presentations. So I ended up not doing that anymore. But yeah, there's a lot there.
I think I've been to almost every single one of them, also at
Yeah,
regional conferences. But
right.
This is
I
so
like presenting.
wow. Well, thank you, Chen. Thank you so much for being on our show today. It's such an honor and a privilege to be able to share space with you and also my cohort, Rachel. I share a lot of space with her all the time. So it's nice when we get another type of sparkle and vibe in the virtual space. So, kicking things off, we kind of wanted to start with our very first question, which was what brought you joy this week?
For me, well, I actually just traveled some for GLR this week. So some of the things that brought me joy was actually just time to myself. So I am very much an extrovert and I get my energy from people. But I feel like the older I've got and the busier my life has gotten, the more I enjoy my me time. And so a younger version of myself, and I would refer like maybe a less healthy version of myself, like always wanted to be with people. So now I find joy sometimes in like the quiet moments or like the stuff in I mean I miss my family when I travel. I really do. And I talk to them a lot, but also like getting a bed to myself with husband or kids is lovely. And, being able to go to bed when I want to go to bed. And I've been doing this thing where I go to bed early and wake up early. And I'm loving that. And so it's hard, as you guys know, probably in volunteer rules to be able to do that. And
Yeah.
like with kids, sometimes it's hard to do that. But it's been nice. I like went to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock and woke up around 5 and had like quiet in the morning. got to kind of, stretch and exercise a little, and it was really lovely. So,
Oh my God, that's my favorite thing about traveling, right? Is where I don't have to share a bed with anybody.
mm. And you don't like, oh, the hot water in this hotel was fabulous too. It was so good. It was so good. And so it was like the hot shower with like, and I could take as long as I wanted, knowing I didn't have to like take care of another human in the morning. It was lovely. It was lovely.
Oh, that's amazing.
Right.
Yes, that sounds so good.
Erica, what brought you joy?
Wait, you're asking me now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My turn. So, what brought me joy is, well, I've got so many. First and foremost, I like didn't mean to be super distracting, but I'm so jealous of the background for my dear friend Rachel. So, I want to compete, and I don't know if this is going to translate at all. And oops, I want something in my background. So, this is my makeshift background.
Please tell me you're going to draw a little sparkle and sunshine.
Well, I'm gonna see where this is gonna go. So this is live, friends. This is live, and this is what happens because I don't know what's going on.
And for those of you who are just listening to this right now and are not watching us on YouTube, I have the logo for our podcast as my background in our Zoom screen. And Erica was getting a tad bit jelly, so she made a sunshine and put
Yes,
it
You got
in her background.
you got to add some music notes on it though, because I mean Rachel's got all kinds of cute music notes. Just that like one in the corner there
so much,
with your
so much.
beautiful sunshine.
I wonder. I don't have another marker.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
this
I
is
love it.
perfect.
Oh my gosh, I love oh yes, yes.
Yes, look at those
You can
ink
see it so
notes.
much better. Yes.
Oh my
This is what happens when you're using an Expo dry erase marker. It doesn't quite, yeah, on
I
construction
love
paper.
it.
So there's that. Now I feel so elevated. Anyway, the other thing that brought me joy is that my son graduated from preschool this morning, and it was so adorable, super, super
I
cute.
love that.
And not only him graduating brought me joy, but watching the rest of his class. And then, okay, can I'm gonna derail a little bit. I will have to say, I've done drop off in the morning and pick up for school drop off and pick up for years. And the way that it's set up here is that you go outside and you take your child to the door of the school. So you have to get out of your car and then you drop them off, you say goodbye, and then you leave and you go back to your car. I kid you not. I know that all the kids' parents showed up today at the preschool graduation, but did I recognize them? No, because they weren't in their pajamas. And I was like, and their hair looked so great, and like they looked like they showered, and I just sat there and I was like, who are these people? I don't recognize any of them. Literally any of them. Maybe the guy that was standing behind me, but I don't know. So that happened. That's what brought me joy.
That's
That's awesome.
amazing.
I think just seeing little kids too, like being little kids is just the best too. I always love when I get to volunteer at my kids' school and see like little kids being little kids too. Yeah, it's just in itself, the graduation, I'm sure was just really lovely.
It was cute. It was adorable.
Yeah.
Rachel, your turn.
Okay, so absurd. Recognize the absurdity of what I'm going to tell you, but like the joy bubble was so big. Okay, so one of the things that my family loves to do is that we have season tickets, I guess, to the Ann Arbor professional soccer team, right? I'm here in southeastern Michigan, and it's so much fun. And my husband has been like following them since they very first started 10 years ago. Even when we were living in Chicago, he found a way, or I guess it's their 11th year, but he found a way to go to a game. He had to like be on public transportation for like a lifetime. Like he is deeply invested. Okay, anyway, so we're at this game, right? They end up losing. It doesn't matter, right? Lots of fun. But as we are trying to wrangle all the kids, because there's lots of space for kids to play, My daughter, who can make friends with anybody and is also always on the hunt for like really sick swag, because let's be real, and she informed me that their swag game is not up to par, which, okay, fine. She ends up talking with some guy, right? And then this guy is like, oh, your family went off that way, right? And she's like, no, actually, my mom's right there. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Well, I guess start talking to this guy. He apparently played soccer on the very first Ann Arbor team, right? So 11 years ago. I find out he legit went to the high school that I played in the symphony at as well, which is the high school where they play. Like, it's that field. That's where their space is. And we're talking, and like, I reference my graduation year, and he was like, wait, no way. How old are you? And my daughter, in all her glory, is like, she's 43. And I'm like, damn it, Ellie, why are you doing that to me, right? But then he looks at me and he goes, no, you're not. Wait, you've had kids? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, you must work out a lot. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, tell me more, right? But I just felt like so seen, right? How often does stuff like that happen? Like, especially like as a female who has birthed a couple of kids, I was like, oh my God, I feel so validated as a woman. I was like, yes, somebody sees me. I was like, preach. And then I made sure to tell my husband all about it, and he loved that game. So yeah, it went over great.
That's awesome.
But anyway, that was my joy. Like, so much joy.
That was so great.
And so now that we've been flying high on joy, let's talk about challenges and what challenges that we've overcome. Go ahead, Jen.
Yeah.
So a big one for me has been time. And so I spent my last year, I think, just being entirely overcommitted. And so when I took on the role for VP of GLR, I was a single mom and life was really different. And not that being a single mom was not as, was not super busy because it was. But life, the way my lifestyle was just very different. And so, fast forward to now, I have a blended family. I have four children instead of just two. So it's four children with activities, four children that I want to be like committed in their lives, and four children so it's like, I feel like my time commitment to my family has like almost doubled. And it wasn't that, being a single parent, like, one plus or two plus two did not equal four in this. Like my time in my family has like become so much more. And then on top of it, I was a Girl Scout troop leader. I'm VP of GLR. I'm involved heavily in our task force and just so much stuff. And so one of the big things that I have been challenging myself with is like, what are the things I can let go of? And so I've made some really hard decisions, and I'll be, I'm making hard decisions as I continue in the next year or so, and choosing what I need to focus my time and energy on. And so I have let my Girl Scout troop know that I'm stepping down as a leader. I'm trying to change some of my roles in Indiana Task Force. I'm trying to just make time in life. And it's really hard when so much of who you are as a human has been some of the things and roles that you identify with so much. Like, I've absolutely found so much joy and love in being a Girl Scout troop leader. And I have found so much joy and love in some of the, service to the profession. And I need to give more time and energy to especially my stepchildren. And so my bonus kids, I shouldn't, I need to give them more of my time, and I need to show up in their lives a little bit more. And I need to make sure that I'm still like committed all the way to my family. And so it's been a challenge and a joy and lovely and just all the things. And I also have a husband now, and I also want to make sure I give time to him too. And so like on our relationship, and so we met early on, right? It's a little important. He's important, and
Okay.
I know, right?
Me too.
And so, but yeah, I just need to find that space. And so it's been good in so many ways and hard and just trying to figure it all out. And so, I mean, I wish there was like a crystal ball that would like tell me exactly what I need to do. And, I need to give more to my business too. It's growing and expanding. I moved to a different city and I'm trying to grow there. And I just really need to give more time and energy to other things in my life. And it's been really hard, but good.
That's so
So,
good. So deep.
right. Right. Yeah, it's good. It's a challenge for sure. So,
I don't know if I can. I'm not that this is a competition, but I don't think I can compete with that. I wasn't prepared for that. That's a lot. You are an
See, and
inspiration. Like seriously, that's
I
crazy.
appreciate you saying that.
well, that's why Jen is our first guest to set the bar stupid high for
Yep.
everybody else.
Yeah.
But you guys give so much of your time and energy to these organizations and stuff too. So I think, I think too, if you guys were in situations where life was changing and stuff too, I think you guys would have such a hard time in the same kind of scenarios and stuff,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's been challenging, and I'm just still like I feel just so blessed with all the things I have in life, and that I've been able to give as much as I have, and I have no idea what the future holds, but I know you guys are two people who give a lot to our profession too, and I appreciate you both for that.
So sweet. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
Well, I mean, look at your badass stuff that you guys have done in task force in Minnesota.
Eh, I suppose. I mean, that's a good segue. That's actually related to one of the challenges since the last time
Oh,
Rachel and I met, is
yes.
that there were some big happenings that happened in Minnesota. And the short of the long is that it was something that has been a part of my life and still is, but not as high of a degree. Um, and as I was talking to Rachel a few weeks ago, I was like, it's like grieving. Once it was done, I was like, oh. And it was shocking how abrupt everything just stopped. The emailing and the level of communication and the text messaging and all of the work that went into this project just kind of ended. And I would try to like come up with a more relatable way to kind of express what it was about, like planning for a wedding or planning for a big banquet or spending all these years trying to be like an Olympic athlete and then finally getting the gold. And like none of them quite matched exactly how I was feeling and what I was going through and the process. And I feel like when I met Rachel, I was just like, hey, girl, I'm here. I'm here. Let's just talk through the shit. And then, okay, we're done. And now that more time has passed, I feel like the challenge for me, and I'm still kind of overcoming it. I wouldn't say that I'm completely there yet, but I'm finding different ways to kind of fill that space and to kind of define the new me after this big accomplishment had been made. Because I know that for our state, the project had been worked on for a little over 14 years. And of those 14 years, I did 12. And for most of that 12 years, I was carrying all the weight. And when it's so much a part of you every day, every season, and it's kind of like part of you defines it, and then you kind of define it type thing, you don't realize how hard it falls. And as much as you try to delegate and as much as you try to balance out or harmonize the responsibility, it really does come down. And all my task force members out there for each state, you know what I'm saying. It does come down to core two people that constantly show up, two people that are doing the work, two people that are consistent, and the ones that are doing the rinse and repeating over and over and over and over again to kind of establish those relationships and to kind of maintain them and to kind of create more rapport and build kind of a different type of coalition than how our association is defining it. So it's been quite a ride. It's been exciting. And one of the challenges that I would say is just embracing the feelings as they come, because I feel like younger me would have been like, yeah, we're just going to barrel through it. We're going to use distraction and we're going to do something else to fill the void and we're going to do da 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 da. And this year, these last 3 weeks, I've just been like, oh, I have kids. Because my oldest is 12. So do the math. It has literally been a part of her entire life. And my youngest is going to be 6 soon. So it's like, oh, I can be a different mom. I can be a different person. amplify it a little bit or level it up. So yes, I agree with you, Jen. Like I definitely, my goal is to be more present now that I have the time, or at least have the illusion that I have more time, because I don't feel like this other project is more pressing, or the fire that needs to be extinguished. So, and then obviously my husband too. I guess I can throw him in there too, just because you did, Jen. So that makes me feel like I have to.
Right. I feel like though too, like it's hard to, when we identify so much with the work we do, even the volunteer work, it's like it's hard sometimes to choose that between family time too. And it's like sometimes you have to give up family time to have these things. And it's like, so many bedtimes I've given up to sit in on a meeting or, being at a meeting while at a rehearsal or a game or something that your kid's doing or have to run out of a kid event to get to something else. And it's so hard to juggle the two things, but it's like those are things that have brought us so much joy and so much like joy in terms of doing it. And it's like finding that, balance or harmony or whatever between your kids and the things you enjoy. It's hard. It's so hard. It's like it's that whole not wanting to identify only as a mom, but wanting to be able to be our complete selves. And yeah, it's a lot. I've been thinking about where my next move is and if I'm going to do other things and what kind of commitment, like some of our things are 6 and 4 year commitments. And it's like, I think about the fact of, my daughter's going into 6th grade. And if I do something that's a 6 year commitment, she's going to be a senior in high school when I'm finishing. And it's like thinking through all of those things that it's like our kids aren't getting younger. And things are just going to continue to pick up and be busy and it's hard.
Rachel.
Okay, my challenge is not nearly as exciting. But it's so real though. And I just love that we can be so open and honest about the joys of being a parent, and the trying to pretend like it's all in harmony with each other, which Jen, I feel like absolutely was one of your presentation titles about being a parent
Yeah.
and a professional. Like,
Hmm.
see, I did go to I think every single one.
It's one of my favorites. I love the whole concept of harmony and not balance. And yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I usually utilize the language of integration, right? People like work life balance, and I'm like, nah, it's never in balance. But work life integration, find out how they integrate. So I'll just have to start doing work life harmony. I don't know. But, for me, my biggest challenge is being so I am a business owner. I previously had a private practice, like, I don't know, 13, 14 years ago when I was living in Chicago, something like that. What is time? But I recently, of course, launched my new company here, which has been fantastic. But part of that is all of these firsts and learning how to do all these things that like I just haven't done before because I've never had an LLC before. Previously, it was just like I was an independent contractor living my best life, right? So my challenge was trying to put together my first formal proposal for a company and like what that even looks like because again I've never done it before and I was like, oh my god. And I typically for me, and I'm sure some of you have this as well, when there's something like you're anxious about that you're like, I don't know how this is gonna look, you then procrastinate and put it off like more and more. And like that to me has been one of those things where it's like, all right, if I just sit down and do it, it's not actually gonna be that hard and it's going to be fine, right? But I just have to do it. And so for me, like that was one of the challenges that I was just like, oh my god, why is this so, it's not that hard, I just have to do it, I can do it. I'm every woman, right? Like, here we go.
So
Um,
what you're telling me is that you procrastinate on things that you don't want to do?
what? Okay,
Yep.
not very often, but maybe occasionally, you know.
Me too, girl. Me too.
Same.
Oh, right. Oh, at least I'm human. So, but I'm really excited for this next question. I think honestly, this one might be my absolute favorite because again, it's recognizing the humanness in all of us, and it's about being a parent. And parenting fails. Because the reality is, we do everything we can to be the best possible parents we can be. And the reality is, we have those moments where you're like, right?
Hmm.
And be it our human kids, our furry kids, It's just real. So I would love to hear about everybody's parenting fails.
Yes. So, mine, this is, I've shared it a couple times. And so Brene Brown says that when we share our stories, that's when it doesn't become shame for ourselves. And so this one was hard for me to share initially because I realized at this moment in time in my life, I was out of the running for Perfect Parent Award. And it just happened this year. So, I made it really far, made it like 10 years. So in the running for Perfect Parent. But anyways, so this was the moment I realized that I was not going to win the Perfect Parent Award. So it was, I'll paint the picture, as a Wednesday. And my oldest daughter, my oldest biological daughter, was sick. So Elizabeth was sick and she was home with me. And we had gone to the doctor and she'd been home for 3 days. So we went to the doctor, we did a bunch of stuff. I had been home with her for 3 days because she was sick. So I hadn't got a lot of work done and I got home and I was like so excited. She was taking a nap and I was like, okay, I can work. Sitting here working, actually this exact spot, working, get a call from the school. It's like, why is the school calling me? It's 4 o'clock. They're out of school. Hi. Is somebody going to be here to pick up Guinevere? We have her down as a car rider on Wednesdays because she has gymnastics on Wednesday and she's normally a car rider. And so I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm home with the other kid. She's sick. I had to take her to the doctor. My whole day's just been thrown off. I will be right there. And so they're like, okay, it's fine. So I go into the school and Guinevere's sitting in the office with a couple other kids and, some office people. And she's like so excited. And she's like, did you forget to come and get me? And it was like, I'm so sorry, Guinevere. I was like, I got your leotard. Let's get going to gymnastics. I'm so sorry. I'm almost in tears. And like the teachers are just like, it's okay. It's fine. She's been great. Like we brought her in the office. Like we didn't really tell her that you forgot. We just told her you're running late, and so Guinevere was totally chill. She was totally chill about it. And so she did have her teacher remind me for like a couple weeks after that. And so it's like, I realized that, that was okay. And I would tell her in the mornings, I won't forget, I promise. And like, we're good now. And like, she was totally fine on the day. And, I was talking to my therapist about it because, oh God, I took that to therapy like the next Friday. I felt awful. I felt awful. And she was like, she's like, your daughter was chill about it. She's like, because she knew you would be there. She knew you were coming. She trusted you. And it's like, and she had that trust in you, even if you were human. And so like my therapist like really gave me a lot of grace on it. But oh my God, I never in my life thought I'd forget to pick up my kid, and then I've told like a couple people and they're like, yeah, I've done that too. It's like people I respect. And I'm just like, oh my God. So I'm not the only person who forgets to pick up my third grader. I mean, I made it till third grade. So third and fifth, they were in third and fifth. So I made it that far without forgetting. And it's been one of those things that ugh, it's still one of the things that I still will silently beat myself up for. It's still one of those things that like I'll silently like, I can't believe you did that. But also at the same time, like I've done the whole scenario of like what would I tell my friend if they did this? Like and my kid was fine. I mean, like I said, she made sure a teacher let me know. And so, but I mean, she doesn't do that anymore. It's just a couple weeks but I don't think it's like something that's inherently going to cause trauma to my child. I told her therapist about it. So she's like been able to talk to her therapist about it. And, the school obviously knew. So they also know I won't be getting perfect parent award. So, yeah, so that was my fail. It happened maybe about 6 months ago, 7 months ago. I think it was in November of last year. So it's this school year. So yeah, I've given myself a lot of grace, but also, I think I would not have pinned myself as a parent who would have done that. And I did. So it happened. So
Okay, so you're ready for my amazing fail?
Yes.
Because
yes.
literally, when this happened, I was like, oh my God, it's so good. I cannot wait to share it. Because it was just like, you can't make this up. Okay, so my daughter may or may not have some challenges with anxiety. Okay,
Okay.
these are known things. not a big deal. We work through it. She's a hot mess. She's, she's 10 and she's got a lot of hormones that are just like surging everywhere. And the best thing about my daughter is that she will make plans in her head, but just not tell anybody out loud, which yields really great moments. Okay, so this past Friday, right, I'm lucky that my dad picks up my kids from school 2 days a week, right? And Friday is one of those. They go over there. We always have dinner with my dad on Friday night, right? It's just always been our tradition, right, with my parents. It's wonderful. Okay, fine. So my daughter is also an incredibly artistically gifted human being, right? Like what she can do in terms of clay and paint and drawing, like the visual arts are her jam skis, like way more than I'm ever going to. Like, give me music, great, right? But like what she does, how she manipulates things, it's amazing. Okay. So because she's amazing, and every day at lunch she goes to the art room and she creates. Okay, so they have been working on these amazing clay projects, right? So she created like a giant clay figurine that is a made-up monster that she has coined. I swear to God, she's probably going to trademark it, right? Like, it's a whole thing. So she made the big one and then a baby one, I guess, as part of her actual class. And then at lunch, she literally made a croissant and like a stick of butter and then like a tab of butter to go on it, right? So, okay, like, again, she's crazy. All right. So all of this comes home on Friday. And I guess when she brought it home, it was wrapped in newspaper, right, to help with the transport. Okay. Well, my dad, being the amazing person he is trying to clean up, right? So he recycles the paper, just not even thinking twice about it. The problem is, of course, these figurines need to get back to our house afterwards, right? Because what we do, it's amazing. We have dinner with my dad and my aunt's best friend who live with my dad, right? And then we can actually put the kids to bed and let them rest. And then we're able to just have a conversation, right? Where we talk as adults and then the kids transfer. And it's like not a big deal. We've been doing this since we were infants. I recognize that is unique and not normal, but it's amazing. Okay. So anyway, this whole conversation starts as we're starting to get the kids ready for bed about, with my sweet daughter, what are we going to do with her playthings? And I'm thinking, well, guess what, princess? We've got some extra clothes, right? Because we bring jammies for the kids, right? And sometimes my daughter wants to wear them. Sometimes she doesn't. I don't even care. As long as she brushes her teeth and goes to bed, whatever. It's fine. Okay. So I'm like, well, Ellie, it's fine. It's not a big deal. We'll just wrap your clay figurines in your clothes. No, that's not gonna work. It has to be newspaper. And I'm thinking, all right, princess, once you go upstairs, I'll just wrap it all, put it into the bag. It's not a big deal, right? And then, fine. Okay. Well, push comes to shove. A couple hours later, after she, well, not, I don't know, maybe a couple, whatever, time later, she comes downstairs after she's already been asleep. Like, she crashed hard, right? But she woke up. She walks down the stairs. And then she looks at the table and she goes, where are my clay figurines? And we're like, don't worry, they're in the other room. They're going to stay here overnight, right? My feeling is, it's fine. It's not a big deal. And she goes, where are they? And she goes to the back room. And she's like, I can't find them. What is happening? And I'm like, everything's fine. Okay, we're good. Like, don't even worry about it. They're going to be safe. She's like, you don't know anything. You don't understand. Because apparently, we found it later, she had in her head, she was just going to carry them in her hands on the way home. Right? But again, these are the things that don't get communicated to us. Okay, so my sweet boy is like sound asleep, like knocked out, right? But we get him into the car. He's kind of jostled awake. Usually he'll go right back to sleep. Well, no, this isn't an option because literally, right, the drive home, it is like 12, 13 minutes from my dad's over to our house. She screamed and cried the entire way home because she didn't know where her figurines were, right? And also, we'd put the bag where they were in the trunk. But so, like, once we're already on the way, she's like, where are they? I need them. And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, I'm sorry. And she's doing the, like, literally the whole way home. And I'm in the front seat just laughing because what can you do, right? I have one child that is sobbing. The other one is like 3/4 asleep, looks pissed off that he can't just go back to sleep, right? Because all he wants to do is sleep. He doesn't give two craps about these damn figurines. Okay. So we finally get in the house I grab the clothing, I unwrap it, and I show her, look, everything. I'm like, see, honey, everything's fine. She goes, you weren't supposed to put them in that. It was supposed to be paper. How could you do this to me, mommy? And I was like, they're fine. They didn't break. And she just goes off on me about that I don't know anything and I could have broken all of her hard work. And literally, she was so hysterical. She didn't fall asleep that night until after midnight. My husband had to sit with her because she had worked herself up so much because I made the decision to wrap them up in her clothes so that we could take it home that night so she could have them. So there you go. That was my epic parenting fail.
That was so hard.
Right? You're like, oh my God.
It's relatable,
It
honestly.
is so relatable.
All right, Erica, what is yours?
I it's a repeated parenting fail, and it's happened. Well, the frequency's happened. It has increased, I should say that, especially over the last year. Especially with my oldest. My oldest tends to have different definitions of terms that are kind of like your daughter Rachel, where in her head she thinks one way, but it doesn't match the reality of what's actually happening. And I'm going with the reality of what's actually happening and not what's in her head because I'm not a mind reader. So when I say we can't go to the Nike store until all homework has been finished, we're not going to go to the Nike store until all homework is finished. So in her mind, when she had finished all of her homework for Monday that she was working on that day, even though there was still more that needed to get done that was due Tuesday, that was due Wednesday, because homework gets assigned, and then for some teachers, it's not due until a few days later to kind of space things out. She, of course, got mad at me because we hadn't gone to the Nike store to get shoes that she doesn't need. I mean, she could use an extra pair of tennis shoes because she just has so many growth spurts. And yeah, so that's my parenting fail because I keep forgetting that when we do things like this, where it potentially includes a reward or to go somewhere, like to earn to go to Target to get the gum, the lemonade pink gum, or to go to the Nike store to get these specific white tennis shoes that is the fad, which we only have a week left of school, so what, it doesn't matter after that, but she does need tennis shoes, so I'm like, okay, like those things, I need to remember that I have to be super specific, because saying that all homework needs to be done is not specific enough. I need to be like, all the homework that has been assigned and is due between now and this date needs to be completed. Same with laundry. All the laundry that is clean and in the dryer and the stuff that's in the wash that still needs to get into the dryer, all of that, when all of that laundry is done, then we can go to Target to get your gum.
It's so relatable.
So I have started that my kids have to clean their room and take a shower to earn iPad time, especially on the weekends. And then it's in full force for the summer. And they don't have to shower every single day, but I want them to shower at least every other day because even every other day is a struggle in my household. And I
Yeah.
realized that I need to define what clean bedroom means because their definition and my definition are way different. So,
Yes.
and yes. And so your story is incredibly relatable about needing to define that because I literally just did that this week. That it was like, well, stuffing all your stuff in this little space right here is not clean. It's like, I see it all. It's like, how about let's try putting it away? So it's like, that's cool, guys.
Try.
Good job. Good try.
Just running water through your hair is not washing it. I can
Yeah.
still
It's like, we
see.
need to rinse all the conditioner out.
I can
Why
still
is that so
see.
hard? Oh my gosh, every time. Seriously?
Yes.
Like if I brush it and I get a bunch of like your conditioner, it's not all out. And if
Yep.
you just focus long enough, you'll be fine.
Yes.
My kids, but we also implemented that before they could play games on their tablets, they have to do Duolingo for 20 minutes. And so they're allowed to do
Nice.
chess, math, or Spanish. And so, so all my kids are all learning Spanish and playing chess on Duolingo. So what either, they have like a chore they have to do before they earn tablet time. And then when they earn tablet time, they have to do something educational before they play games. So it's my cruel summer rules.
I'm learning. I'm writing this down. That's cool.
I'm the most terrible parent ever. So, actually my kids are loving Duolingo. Like they love it. They love it. And so they are absolutely like, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're already like a few lessons into chess and then they have math now on Duolingo and then they're learning Spanish. So
Okay.
it's great. It's the best rule that I've ever implemented with my children. And then I told him too, I said, after we've had so much tablet time, I said, I will let you guys, we can download some educational games. And I said, we can do stuff. And I said, and you guys can have some extra increased time this summer. I said, as long as it's educational stuff. And so like we're working together to identify like maybe some fun reading apps or some fun math apps. And so we're looking into doing that. And so we'll see. But we'll see how it works in my house. So so far it's been effective. So,
Keep us posted. I like really
yes.
want to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I regularly am called a momster at my house. So, like, let's just own it.
A momster. I'm stealing that.
as you should.
I love that. I think that's just going to be my new name because I'm the bad cop for sure.
Oh,
So,
same.
uh,
Yeah.
mhm.
I think I already answered the next question because the next question was, what have you learned recently? Well, I learned that need to be more specific with my kids.
It's a good one.
So that's
Same.
my double. So,
Yes.
I
Jen,
just
what have you learned?
recently read the book called Let Them by Mel Robbins. Have you guys heard that whole theory of the let them theory?
oh, let them. I thought you said
Let,
collect them. Yes,
Mhm.
I
The
actually
let
have the book here. Yes, I
Do
read it.
you?
Yeah,
It's a good book. Such a good book.
yeah.
That I just finished that book, and I think the thing that I liked the most about the book is the let me parts of it, because like I feel like the let them theory has been like exploded, and everybody's kind of the mindset of like the whole mindset of like let them do what they're going to do. Like there's nothing you can do,
Mhm.
but then like the concept in the book though is like you can let them all you want, but if you don't know how to let me and you don't know how to like control like your own regulation with it and you don't know how to control like your own thought patterns, you don't know how to control that letting them isn't necessarily still letting them. It's
Mhm.
like that whole like part of yourself. And so I think that was my favorite thing to learn about that book is that instead of it always focusing on let them, is that let me be in control of what I can be in control of and let them, sort of thing. And so I think that's my favorite takeaway of that entire book. And it's probably been my best takeaway in the last like 6 months of my life too. So,
Beautiful.
yes.
So my thing that I learned, and it's not from an official book or anything or a journal, but it's something that my cousin Claire, who is out in New Jersey, who we're going to have on at some point as a guest, um, she sort of opened my eyes to. So when Erica and I had our fun at our last conference, and we taught this 5 hour class,
So much fun.
one right, it was amazing
We
with
had
our
candy
amazing
and
friend
chocolates.
Todd,
Love it.
who will also become a guest. He doesn't have a choice.
Yes, yes.
So we talked a lot about what does it mean to sustain the music therapist, right? And the music therapy professional, especially like because we want to all have long careers, but the burnout rate's really high with our profession, right? This is a known thing. So one of the things that the concepts that we all relate to so much is this idea that you can't pour from an empty cup. Right. And so we shared that part of the challenge about this. And Erica had the most amazing graphic, right? Is the problem is the cup size keeps changing. Right. So we started out with a coffee cup, and then we went to an energy drink, and then we went to a Stanley, and then we went to a keg. Right. The idea is that through your career, right, the cup is going to change. But what I loved that my cousin said to me is, well, but it's not just the cup size, it's also the cup texture that can change, right? This idea that you can start out one day and have like even your coffee mug, it can be made of glass, but then the next day the coffee cup is actually, oh, see, look at
Yep.
that. Maybe the next day it's made of paper, right?
Do
And
this.
look at you with all your drinks.
Goes to this.
Um, Erica, of course, showing off all of her different cups she has and glasses around her
Yeah.
office.
Yep.
But and what happens if, in fact, that cup that had been made of glass, what if that turns actually into a sieve, and all of a sudden everything starts going out of it, and so there's absolutely no way to fill your cup because there's no way. You need to sort of put something to make it so that there is like it's no longer mesh and there's something covering it.
Yeah.
And I just really loved that conceptually, and this had a lot to do, of course, within the context between the two of us of talking about grief and loss, and that can change and impact the cups. And I just thought that was a really profound concept and really resonated a lot because I feel like this, I pour a lot into self-care for myself and a lot of like, I know what grounds me and I know what I need to do to sustain me and keep me going. But what if the cup isn't playing fair? And it's changing on me. Like, oh yes, I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. Why are you not filled? What the heck? Right. And so, I just really appreciated that. So
I like that.
brought me some joy.
I love that. I feel like too that translates for me is like sometimes when life is really hard, you might need more to go into your cup than what you do when life is okay. And then I also thought about as a joke in my mind that, sometimes all you need is a shot glass. It's the joke that came into my mind. And then it's like, no, that really like, I don't really like to make jokes necessarily like that in terms of like alcoholism and stuff like that. But it also just was kind of cute and fun in my mind too.
I mean, I feel like when I very first started, all I needed was a shot glass, but then it went to a giant coffee mug.
Oh my God. And now
Yep.
you need like the biggest Yeti you can
Right?
find or yeah, right? Now it's like I feel like need a yeah, an
Now
endless
okay,
waterfall.
right?
Like
Never
just
ending.
just keep going, just keep
An
going.
IV. I
Right?
mean,
Hook it
Right?
to my veins.
It's,
plug me in. Just okay.
just keep it coming. Like,
Instead of a
Oh,
hydration belt, you've got an IV belt.
right?
right?
Works.
Oh, and of
Yes.
course, being a music therapist, my first intuition was, oh, we need to change the words to build me up, Buttercup, to be like, why do you plug me in, plug me in? Anyway, this really is, oh, it's not good. But, so, Jen, you've had this amazing career where you've literally been taking over the world in
Yeah.
Indianapolis. And what do you wish somebody might have told you earlier in your career?
I think, I've struggled a little bit with this question. And I think for me, something somebody would have told me earlier in my career. I think for me, earlier today, somebody was talking about music therapy, like almost like holding ourselves into like, that I'm only a pediatric music therapist or
Mhm.
only work with people with developmental disabilities. I only work with like, this population. I think maybe that sort of advice would have been like helpful earlier in my career in that sort of mindset. So for instance, I just subbed a group for one of my therapists in like an addiction treatment center. And I was like, man, I'm out of my element. I can't believe I'm doing this. And I like had all this imposter syndrome going into it. And I've been a clinician for almost 15 years. I did a practicum years ago in and psych, but I haven't, as a professional, I have not done a paid group in any sort of like adult mental health setting, despite my company having a contract in a few different places. And I've observed therapists on our team in some of these sites. And, I've done plenty of that, but I've never actually led a session by myself. And I did a couple weeks ago and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I did just fine. I did just fine. And the group went just fine. And so I think that would be the thing that I think that I wish somebody would have told me and something I would instill with younger music therapists is like, you have the skill set. You can do this. You can. And it's like, I think half the time it's our own mindset that gets in our own way. And so I've subbed a couple groups that have been out of my element recently. And I've been really proud of myself for like being able to do that. when most of my background is with adults or individuals with developmental and intellectual disabilities, and then also recently more into hospice too. But again, that was another setting that I started in later in my career. That again, I had some imposter syndrome and some, thoughts of, can I actually do this? Am I going to be able to serve that? And it's actually become one of my favorite populations to work in. I really enjoy working in hospice. And, so I think that's the thing that I wish that I would have instilled in myself in a sense, and that I would have been reminded of a few times early in my career.
Oh my gosh, I love that you are embracing the older adult hospice world because it's
I
what
do love older
I do.
adults.
Oh, they're so much
Yes.
fun.
Yes. I really enjoy it.
Okay, how about you, Erica?
Oh, I have so many. I have so many. I think one of the biggest ones that recently has come up has been. Now, I have to preface this a little bit that I know that as music therapists, we kind of are told over and over and over again it is the preferred music of the individual that you get to see or the group that you get to see. And there's a lot of emphasis on making sure that when you're working with, especially older adults, that you're using a certain era or a certain genre, depending on the background of the individual. And I wish somebody would have told me a long time ago. And as I've been in the profession, it kind of turned into this, but a lot of my team members right now are very young. And we have kind of been looking at revamping our training and onboarding programs at our company. And one of them is the song doesn't matter, is how we're phrasing this. And it's the idea that you don't have to be perfect every minute of the music therapy session. You don't, everything is going to be okay if you mess up on the lyrics. Everything is going to be okay if you find out three phrases into the song that, oh, wait, I read on your chart that you liked Raffi, but now oh, okay, I see that this specific Raffi song is not okay. It's okay. It's okay for that to happen. It's also okay to have silence in the session. You don't have to have music playing the entire time. It's okay. It's also okay if you decide that the most important part about the session is to create a safe environment and place for the genuine self of your person that you get to treat to come out. That's okay. That's okay. Even though there's no research study about that yet in the field of music therapy, and I'm sure if there is, or there's one in the process, yay, good, awesome. And it's gonna be okay. So two things is that kind of leaning on the new training stuff is that it's gonna be okay, and then also that the song really doesn't matter. And it just expands into sometimes a music therapy session will look like no music at all. And it will be one of the most amazing sessions that you'll have with your client or consumer or service user. You fill in whatever phrase or word that you want to use to describe the individuals that you get to serve. So I know that's very profession specific, and there will be other episodes that I'll share all the other stuff that's more on a personal side or parent side, but I wish as professional that I would have found out or somebody would have told me right away during my first cycle that it's going to be okay. The song really doesn't matter.
So good, Erica. So good.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, it's so real. Okay,
I
so
love that.
mine, I feel like all of us can relate to. I think for me as a brand new professional, I had in many ways a not great idea of what it meant to be a professional in the sense that I felt like you start someplace and that's where you do your entire career, right? Like that is real life. And fundamentally, no, that's just not how things work these days. And that change is very real and really good. And that path is going to be very winding. And that it's okay. And that even when you think you're going to retire from a place, maybe that's not the case. And it's okay. And it'll be fine. And it's all going to be great. And but just this concept that like we don't have to keep putting up with being treated really poorly because we think we need to start and end our careers
Hmm.
at a specific
Hmm.
place.
Yeah.
And because what? Right? Like, I don't know. That was hard for me. So, but that's okay. And luckily, we get to share lots of nuggets throughout this entire podcast. Erica, of all of the fun stuff we wish we had learned.
Yes.
Okay,
All the
what's
things, right?
right? Because it's so many. Erica, what's our next question?
My son just knocked on the door. What is our? Oh, well, we don't have this one yet,
Oh, actually,
or do
but
we?
we sort of do.
Okay, well, it's answer a student question.
Yeah. So what I was thinking about is so I'm excited for the students, the music therapy students across the country to start bringing in questions and emailing us at hello@sparkleandsunshine.net. Their student questions, right? And what are questions that people have? So one of the ones that I know I've gotten a lot when I've been working with students at all levels is the concept of an elevator speech. And why do we even need an elevator speech? And then what are your elevator speeches? So, Jen, do you want to talk about why an elevator speech is so necessary?
Yeah, I think an elevator speech is necessary because I mean, we've all got that question of what is music therapy? And I think it's really important to read the room, because what you might deliver to somebody else or what you deliver to one person might be. So like, I don't really have a set elevator speech. I typically will kind of just give a broad area because like what I'm going to say to like a parent at my kid's school is different than maybe something I would say to somebody and like even a waiting room in a doctor's office might be a little bit different, or what I might say to somebody at like like a more medical setting, or somebody that I know that might have a therapeutic background or something like that. So I think it's good, but I also think to just not be so polished that like it seems that it's not like authentic. And so a lot of times I'll even just start, like, what do you like? Have you heard of music therapy before? Or I just start with, what I do. I work in private practice. I work with individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. I work with autistic folks. I work in hospice and start with that. Says I think sometimes if you just start like music therapy is, it's we work on goals, or it can get too wordy and you might just lose somebody. So I think too, like engaging in dialogue and not being so scared that you have to get everything out in 30 seconds, or, they might lose interest or whatever. But I think just engaging in genuine conversations with people. And if you only have 30 seconds, even just, music therapy is the use of music to work on a musical skill. We see people in their home environments or in these different settings. I think it's a great place to start. You see music therapists in hospitals, you see music therapists in mental health facilities. You see them in, older adult communities and hospice. And I think even there, that is a good place. Or maybe you start with some of the domains it can work. It can be, communication, social, cognitive. And I like to even just give like sometimes like that small thing of, how many of us learned our ABCs through songs? Like, how great would it be to be able to learn other life skills through song? And that sometimes that song and repetition helps people like being able to like integrate things just a little bit better. So I think too, like you got to be human about how you also give the information and not necessarily all the time. And so if you ask me for my elevator speech right now, I would probably say something different the next time you'd ask. So I don't think I have something super polished. But I think those are kind of my general kind of go-tos.
I love that because I love what you said about the adaptability of it, right? Like read the room, see what's going on.
Hmm.
And I feel like for me, I keep it super generic and then depending on what's happening, then I'll specify, right? So I usually give the straight up you could think about music therapy like any of your other mainstream therapies, right? So PT, OT, ST, talk therapy, all that good stuff. But I use music to achieve the same kinds of things, right? Music is my medium to get the same results. And then, find it as early as in the NICU and as late as end stage hospice, everywhere. And then I'm like, well, and let me tell you about, right? But yeah, the super generic, right? Erica, how about you?
I echo what you both have said. I also wanted to add, probably, yeah, I think this is a good space in this episode that I think sometimes I respond with I'm a plumber. Because it's all about knowing your audience and also knowing yourself and your capacity that you have that day. Because sometimes I don't want to go there. And I'm like, I'm a plumber. But if not, and I do want to go there, yeah, it's short and sweet. It's typically something that allows the individual to talk more. So I'll be like, I improve daily living skills through music. And they'll be like, how? Let me tell you. Or it's great when I hear somebody who is at least experienced or witnessed or have heard about music therapy and then they see the name music therapy on a shirt or a name tag or something that I have on me, whether I'm working around the clock or just running to get lunch. And they're like, music therapy. Ah, da, 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 da. And I'm like, yes, yes, say more. I'm also needing to go. So yeah, just kind of crafting some speeches and then just knowing that it's okay to not answer it if you don't want to.
Right. Sometimes in social situations, like I don't want to talk about work, and it's like as amazing as music therapy is, as much as I love it, like I don't want to talk about it all the time. And so I love the fact that you honor that sometimes like you just don't want to talk about it. And yeah,
Yeah.
and I think like I don't need to be selling my business 24/7 either. Like that's not who I am as a human. It's not what I want to be. It's not who I am as a business owner. And sometimes I just don't want to talk about it. And I feel like sometimes like people that have like high passionate careers and like our business owners and things like that, like we do tend to talk about work maybe more than other individuals might talk about work, but sometimes it's nice to just not talk.
So, my number one way where I just shut down the conversation, I've never said that I was a plumber, though that
I
sounds
haven't
really
either, to be
good.
honest. I have not said that I'm a plumber.
So,
I literally am just like, I leave work at work.
okay, because I'm obnoxious and I worked in hospice for 15 years, like kind of exclusively. I mean, the gallows humor is real. And when people would just like, because I go to football tailgating, like when they're home games for University of Michigan, like I interact with a lot of really random people and some people that are pretty forgettable. And so sometimes when people ask me what I do, especially when I was in my hospice world, I'd be like, I kill people for a living. What do you do? And then just sort of wait.
Yes.
And I mean, honestly, it's a great way to stop a conversation, right? Like, if people are giving me some heebie jeebie vibes, I just throw it out there and I'm like, what's up? Because technically, I
Love
mean,
that.
and then somebody went so far as to be like, oh my God, did you bring your death instruments? And I'm like, no, I left them in the car. Because let's just be realsies. Like, anyway, it's real. And
IU plays Michigan this year in football, just so you know.
I know. I'm excited. The shit talking that will happen, it's going to be great. It's going to be the best
I
week
married
ever.
into it. So I married
I know.
into that whole IU stuff. And living in Bloomington this year has
Yeah.
been amazing, though.
Oh,
It's been really cool to see. So I picked a hell of a year to move to Bloomington.
I mean, like, go big or go home, right? Pick it when you're
Right?
national
I know.
champions.
I
Like,
was I
kudos.
was their good luck charm, not Signani. It
Obviously.
was me.
That goes
Like
without saying.
obviously.
And the next time they play at the big house, we'll definitely have to have you guys come up for the game, and it'll be good times all around. Um,
Awesome.
ooh. So our next question,
Yeah,
Erica,
I
are
was like,
you
this, so what kind of treats? Because that's what we're doing. What's our sweet tweet of the
Yeah.
episode?
Right? And sometimes it doesn't even have to be an actual dessert treat. It can be, what is our small win? What is our favorite product? What is all of the above? So, Jen, tell us.
Yeah, so I actually, so I can't believe I'm even going to share this, but so I have been using like a lot more facial products, like, and so I just got this like little rolly ball thing for my eyes because I always like have these like bags under my eyes.
Same
And I think
here.
right now that is like my small like favorite product that I've been using. I'll have to send you guys a link of what it
Yeah.
is.
Please.
But it's been really great. And so I've been trying to wear like less makeup too. And so I've been really focusing on doing more skincare stuff. And so it's been really great, like for me, just in general, like I feel like my skin is like the best it's ever been, like in the like the last few weeks as I've been doing this. And so and I feel like I've been like like trying to go like more makeup-less and focusing more on like skincare. And it's like self-care-ish. And also like I have like landed on like some favorite products that I've been using. And so I'll have to send you guys some of the stuff that I've been using. And my husband is like totally on for it too. And so for Mother's Day, he got me this like really nice like set from like he went to Sephora and got me like something I would never have bought for myself. And I've been using some of that too. And I love it. It's been good. It's been really good. So like I know like I feel like it's kind of momish, kind of me-ish, and it's my sweet treat. Although I did have the banana split cake from Ritter's recently for my daughter's birthday, and it's amazing. If you've never had their banana split ice cream cake, it's phenomenal. And so that's probably the best like sweet treat that I've had recently too. It's so good, so good. So, what about you guys? What is your favorite? What is your sweet treats favorite products right now?
Do
Go,
you,
Erica, go.
do you want me to? Okay, so in Minnesota. Wait, Minnesota?
Minnesota,
I
Minnesota.
gotta say it that way. We have a very large candy store. And I'm
Mm.
not sure if it's the largest in the Midwest or if it's the largest in the US. I don't know. It is ginormous. And we were able to go and stop by on our way from a thing that we went to last week. And it's the only place that I can get unique treats from other countries because they've got literally all the staples of candy that are most common in other countries, and they're like the authentic stuff. Like they get them shipped in, and it's so fun. And it's the only place that I can get my Kinder chocolates, and these by far are Kinder Minis, and they're little buenos, and I can't find them anywhere else, and especially the ones that are actually coming from Germany. And I love them, and I'm gonna savor these until I can get to the candy store again. And they're individually wrapped. And my drawer, my desk drawer, literally is full of these. So I will be eating them on a regular basis. And what I love about them is that on the outside, they're chocolate covered, and it is like amazing sugar. It's like not the sugar. It's not the sugar here in the US because it's illegal to use it in Germany. So it's amazing hazelnut chocolate on the outside, and it's covered. Then the next layer is this like crispy wafer, but it's like the best consistency of a wafer I have ever had. It's like kind of like a Kit Kat wafer mixed with a whatchamacallit wafer and also like a traditional wafer cookie all in one. It's perfection. And then inside is like this hazelnut nougat type creamy stuff, and it's to die for. Oh, and I forgot there's a dark chocolate swirl over on the top of it all. And it's just like the perfect size. It's the perfect kind of thing that scratches the itch whenever I just want a little bit of a sweet and it's not too much, because sometimes I'll get a chocolate bar and I'll just want a square, and the square is just too much. Even if I break it down in half, sometimes I don't know what I'm getting myself into. And I think I want the full square. I'll put it all in my mouth and I'll be like, that's too much. I should have only done half of it. And then there's other days where I just inhale the whole chocolate bar and I get all 6 squares in my mouth. And I'm like, I need more. So,
See,
Amazing.
I've never had a day where I was like, I think I only want half of a bar. I'm like, no, give me that.
I
So
wish I was that
I think
consistent. Mm-mm.
I think we need those for GLR 2027. Like I'm
Oh,
sold. So like I'm going to be in Minnesota for some site planning later this year. And if you don't show me where this store is, I'm going to be very upset.
It's in Jordan.
Okay.
It's about a 45, maybe an hour drive from Minneapolis.
Okay. What about,
clearly
I guess St.
worthwhile.
Paul's like basically Minneapolis, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like the difference of
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Cool.
you ready?
Here we go.
This
Finale.
okay. let's talk about goldfish crackers. So I blew, I
Yes.
blew Erica's mind when we were talking the other day because goldfish crackers are not just your cheddar blast, extreme cheddar pretzel. No, they are in the sweet tooth phenomenon. And so I got inspired because we found some butterbeer flavored goldfish crackers that we used for our Harry Potter themed parties, right? And delish. And I had to or got to use one of my other love languages, which is baking. And I made a cheesecake and I was like, whoa, what if I took the cinnamon rolled goldfish crackers and smush them up, drench them in butter, and then that became a crust for my cheesecake.
My mouth is
Which,
watering.
oh my God, it was so good. Like, so good. Oh my gosh. So, yes, and there's like strawberry shortcake and birthday cake and vanilla. There's like all of these sweet tooth goldfish crackers because for me.
Did you know that, Jen? Did you know that there's this sweet version of
Oh my gosh. Oh my, and
I
also,
think I would like goldfish crackers better if I knew all of that
oh,
because I'm
yeah.
not
right?
I'm not a huge fan of goldfish crackers.
Right, like the traditional ones, I'm like, but they also have a Frank's Red Hot, which is legit and super spicy, and, right? I know, Erica, and it like tastes like Frank's, like it's amazing. So, when I
I
went to
need
the
to
store,
try these.
right, went to go get the goldfish crackers for this cheesecake, it was buy five, get $1 off each, and I was like, well, then I obviously have to buy five, like this is required. So,
naturally.
right? Obviously. So, I went and got, and I made sure to get the Franks for my husband because I was like, I guess he'll like this. Whatever, I can be kind. But yeah, no, like plethora of sweet tooth flavors. I was like, amazing. So yeah, Jen, you need to explore.
Are they going to be like the new Jelly Bellies? Like instead of Jelly Bellies, I'm going to go with the flavored, goldfish.
Mm,
You know,
maybe.
it's possible. Well, I will also say that it's like 75 goldfish crackers per serving. So, like, it's really a no guilt. Or maybe it's like 30. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's like a legit, like, no guilt serving. I mean, Jelly Bellies are always going to be my jamski. Like, I can't turn those off
The
ever.
pear Jelly Bellies are my favorite.
Oh,
I could
I
get a whole
mean,
bag of pear Jelly Bellies. Oh,
I I
so
could
good.
just get Jelly Bellies, period. Like, end scene. Like, just give them to me. Like, like, that's it.
The,
Right?
the
Like,
popcorn butter ones are really good
oh,
too.
the
Oh, those are
marshmallow
so good.
ones, the
Yeah.
strawberry ones, the coffee ones. Like, again, just I will take all of them except the licorice. I'm not the biggest fan of the licorice.
I'll
The
have
black
those.
licorice.
Black licorice.
I'll
Yeah,
have
no.
those.
We'll
See,
save them for you.
right?
Yeah.
We'll make just a pile of just
I
those.
kid you not. I do. Okay, this is okay. I'm on my own on this one. I do not like any flavored jelly beans except for black licorice jelly beans. It is the only jelly beans I will eat. And growing up, literally, it used to be Brock's candy. I don't know if you are familiar with that at all. Brach, apostrophe S, Brock's candy. And
I'm glad you
Easter, or there would be a holiday every year that we would get a bag of mixed jelly beans, and I would always pick out the black licorice because I didn't like the other ones, the cherries, the oranges, and then when the Jelly Bellies came out, I was like, yeah, and I was like, I will still take an entire bag of black jelly beans.
So now I know what to get you for your birthday. It's just a giant bag.
It's a bag of
Right.
black. Yes, right?
Same with licorice. Like I know that they're kind of similar, just a different shape. Licorice, I will only eat black licorice. It's so
I
good.
love licorice. Licorice is like the candy of my childhood. So like when I like it's like licorice is like nostalgic for me because it's like I have so many childhood memories of like my family sitting at a table playing cards and passing this like bag of licorice around. And so like and then every car trip would ever go on would have licorice and it would just be like, okay, let's get out the snack. And there was always multiple bags of licorice. And so like I feel like I was raised on licorice. I think my parents used licorice to like bribe us for stuff. And so like I feel like licorice is like the candy of my childhood. It's so weird.
That's actually quite amazing. And
Yes.
I love that.
I love licorice.
Oh, so much love. Do you want to take the next question, Erica, or should I? Is it my turn? I don't even know.
I don't know. I mean, the next question is, where do you find sparkle and sunshine and hard moments this week? AKA, what helped you get through the tough stuff within the last week?
Yeah, so I feel like for me, I've been like really trying to have like quiet time and space. And so actually, I think one of the things that has helped me is getting up earlier. And so trying to go to bed earlier and getting up earlier. And so I used to be somebody who would just stay up really late and then I'd sleep in and I'd struggle sometimes. But I have found a lot more joy in my day when I go to bed early and get up early. That time in the morning when no one else is awake and no one else is working and no one else is
Yes.
doing anything, and I can
Yes.
get stuff done. And then another one that I have just started recently doing is I have found exercises that I can do while in bed. It's been great. And so like I've been doing like I'll do dead bug ab workouts while I
Yes.
lay in bed and like either read or like do other things. And so I'm
Brilliant.
like I'll play games and I'm just like, I just will literally lay in bed for like a half an hour and do like ab workout. And it's like fabulous. And it's been a good thing for me. So it's been like getting my morning exercise in because sometimes I'm a snoozer and sometimes I just want to lay in bed even though I'm awake. And I have found that to be like really good for my mornings. And so it's a recent routine that I've kind of picked up. I like just highly love it. And so I want to continue doing that. And so some of my late night GLR calls are pretty challenging nowadays because like on the nights I don't have GLR stuff, I'm in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock. So it's hard. But yeah, it's been good. I try to get up every day. I'm at least out of bed usually every day by 6 at the latest. But really some of the days like I'm out of bed like 4:30 or 5, like and like the more I do it, the harder, the easier it becomes to do it. So it's been great. It's been good. And like I said, I've really liked I'll do like I'll do dead bugs. I've done crunches. I've done like leg raises. I've done all kinds of stuff. While still just laying in bed. So,
I feel that. No,
so
I'm the person I get up right now. The alarm goes off almost every single day at 5 o'clock because that's
mhm.
the magical time when everybody's asleep. Nobody asks
Yes.
anything of me, nobody talks to me. I can watch my really crappy video shorts on Drama Box and nobody
Yes.
judges me. And it's amazing. I can hit up the elliptical, I can do my weights, I can listen to my really smutty books, and it's perfect. Again, just
Yes.
nobody needs anything from me. And then when one of the kids gets up, I'm like, no, unacceptable. This is mommy's time. Go away.
You're in bed until 7:30.
Right?
7:30. Like 7:30. Yeah.
Oh, it's my special time. And for me, what helped me through my hard moments was fundamentally recognizing my own limitations, right?
Mm.
Of like I talked about earlier about what it is. There's a lot with being a business owner that I don't know, right? And I need to learn more and I need to ask for help and I need to ask for resources because I can sit and struggle or I can just suck it up, buttercup, and just be like, I need help. Somebody please help me. And like that has made some of the things that have been really scary and like anxiety provoking for me a little bit easier, right? Just be like, no, 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 no. There are people who will help you. You just have to like get over yourself and ask. So that's been my little sparkly sunshine. How about you, Erica?
In response of yours, I think in your, because that struggle is so real with kind of facing the reality that you are loved, you are cared for, and there will be help and support for you, whether it comes from an external resource or from within yourself. It will happen and it's going to be okay. So, anyway, that I think seems to be my buzzword for this episode. Honestly, I have to echo again what you two both said. I've been working out in the morning for I don't know how many years. It's like the same number of years that I've been driving. So I it's always just been a part of me and I love hate how much I need it. I love hate it because if I don't do it and I'm not sick and like there's an obvious reason why I can't do the workout, oh, you don't want to be around me. It
Same.
is it's not a good day, and I feel it, and it's not that I dwell on the fact that, oh, it's because I didn't work out. No, I like physically feel sluggish. I feel like I'm going at a slow pace. I am not as alert and responsive in a nice way. And my irritability just goes through the roof because it's just, I don't know. It's like my body needs it, and I found that the more I'm on this planet, I need it even more. And it's just been kind of really, really fun. And then in addition, it's like my me time. It's like a time that I get to set. And then recently I've been kind of exploring the slow morning routine. So instead of checking my emails right away in the morning to see if there's anything that I can kind of get out of the way before my work day actually starts, it's like, no, the emails can wait. Because I would give myself an excuse like, oh, but I'm schedule sending this for 10 a.m. Even though I'm answering it now, but I would schedule send it for like 10 a.m., 10:30, blah, blah, blah. And that would be my reasoning as to, well, I can still answer the emails. And that I'm missing the point. I'm like, no, 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 Erica, you can't do that. Stop, stop, stop. It can wait. It can wait. Like, practice what you preach. You tell everybody around you and your employees and your students and your interns, leave work at work. Do not work outside of it. If you do, I will come and hunt you down. And I need to do that myself. Like, I need to scare the shit out of me in order to make sure that I'm not checking emails and checking texts and all these other things prior to the workday. So I've been embracing that slow morning, and I absolutely love it, especially as earlier, as I mentioned in the episode, I've been working through a shift in my life, and it's been great. So yeah.
Sometimes I love that working time in the morning, so I don't do it all the time, but sometimes it's just so nice when, but I usually use it as like a way to flex out my time. Like if I know I need to get things done, but like I know that I want to take an afternoon off to go to my kid's school or something like that. I
Yes.
want to do something different. Like sometimes at morning time though, it's like no one bothers me. And it's like, and I don't ever want like my team to feel like they bother me, or that a case manager is bothering me or like, but sometimes it feels like everybody needs something. And then I have no time to get like the work I need to get done. And, and then it just backlogs and it's hard. But
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with you there, Erica, about I think that's the hardest part about being an entrepreneur is sometimes it feels like work never stops.
Yeah.
Yeah. And having to remind yourself like you're not expected to work 24/7. Like
Yeah.
work can wait. Yeah.
So that's that. Do you want to do, wait, did I do it or do you do the next
Ooh,
one?
ooh, I want to do the next one. Okay, because we get to talk about our favorite thing, which is music. And what is one song, or I'm also going to create one artist, right? Because I went a different route on this, because of course. Would you recommend that's been resonating with you?
So I think my go-to song is What's Up by Four Non Blondes. Like I just love that song. Like the hey yeah 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 hey yeah yeah say hey. I don't know. I love the belting out of that. And like sometimes like I just like picking up my guitar and playing that song. It's super fun. It's super fun to sing. I think it's like kind of like for me, it's kind of this like song about for me, it's like living in the present moment sort of thing, but also like reaching out and screaming out like, hey, like sort of, I don't know, it's grounding for me too. But also like I love the energy of the song. So like that's my go-to song. Are you familiar with it? Do you know Forn on that song? So good. So good. It's my favorite.
Very familiar.
I have actually, I don't, of artists, I've been listening to a lot of Taylor Swift. I've always listened to a lot of Taylor Swift songs, but also I've been really jamming out to a lot of musicals. And so I have just been able to put so many musicals on. And I started listening to Anne Juliet because I'm seeing Anne Juliet for the first time. And I'm pretty sure Anne Juliet speaks to anybody who loves the 90s music. So if you love 90s music, like I'm pretty sure Anne Juliet is like I think it was like made for me. I really do. I love the 90s. And I think that they took a musical and they were like, I'm gonna make this for her and every other 90s lover. And so like I'm so excited to see Anne Juliet. I just listened to the entire soundtrack today on my way home from Chicago. And then I could listen to Six over and over and over again on repeat, the whole musical. And I listened to Hadestown and I listened to the whole second act of Wicked. And it was phenomenal. It was great. I sang and I loved it. And so, like, I think musicals resonate with me. I've been jamming some to Taylor Swift and Born on Blondes. That's
I
it.
love that. Erica, how about you?
Well, this week it's
Yes.
been the Spotify's created
Oh, I
stress
love those.
relief playlist.
What was the best song on that playlist?
Honestly, I don't pay attention too closely to it
Okay.
because I use it to kind of help keep me focused and to help, yeah, just to help that way. But that's where I'm at, honestly. I mean, I could go off because the first song that you mentioned, Jen, my daughter literally was blaring that song last night, and hey, it was just I was like, okay, here we are, we're there, and she's loving it. Yeah, it's called Stress Relief
I
on
love that.
it's just a Spotify playlist. There's 9 hours and 1 minute worth of stress
I
relief.
love that.
Oh,
Love
So
it.
yes.
I don't, and I just have it on shuffle, so no matter where it's at, where it left off, I just continue to where I left off. So that's what it is this week.
Okay, so I have to tell you guys about the artist I am digging. So this is a woman that I discovered because of Facebook Reels. And like, what do I know, right? Because my algorithm clearly brought me to Miss Kelsey Watts. So she is a Broadway singer. She's got some songs on Spotify. I don't necessarily love what she did. I mean, it's great. But what's amazing about her is that her covers are just freaking lit. Like her capacity for vocal like gymnastics is out of this world. There's nothing this woman cannot sing. And then sometimes her
That's awesome.
husband joins in and they do these like super sexy duets, right? Where
Cute.
it's just like magical. I think her voice is better than his, but it doesn't matter. He like she's got this gorgeous like high. I'm gonna go to every single octave and like burst it out like you wouldn't even believe. And he's got like more of a gravelly sort of tone to his voice, but it works really well. But literally, the Book of Face like has set me up for success with her. So
I
you
love
know,
it.
if you guys are on Facebook, definitely check her out. Kelsey Watts, Kelsie, and then Watts is Watts. Like I want her to be my friend. She's got also gorgeous red hair, and like I'm a sucker for a female redhead. Like that's my go-to. No questions asked. It's just understood in
I
my
love
life
it.
and relationships. But it's just, and she's this tiny little thing. I think what I've been since I've been stalking her on Facebook, it sounds like she is part of Moulin Rouge on Broadway right now.
Oh,
But
cool.
oh my gosh, like amazing.
I just Googled her, and her debut on Broadway was Jane Seymour in Six, which is I
Huh.
think I need to just change my favorite musical from Les Miserables to Six because Six is I think by far my favorite at this point. So,
Oh
but
my
her debut
gosh.
was the Six.
See, look at
So,
this like full circle. It's like I knew,
hmm
except I didn't. I love this game. It's exactly how we
Jane
play.
Seymour is my second favorite wife. So,
Oh my gosh.
Okay, meant to be.
Amazing.
My time.
So, Jen, do you have anything that you want to plug or related to your business that you're super excited to share?
honestly, like right now, I think things are just like kind of I'm not really doing a ton of stuff. I have a course that I guess I just did with Association for Indiana Music Therapy on sustainability and music therapy. And so that was really great. And I still have a course over with Jen Hicks on finding harmony through MT Mentor. I guess my company is launching some continuing education courses. And so myself, Natasha Thomas, Dr. Thomas, and one of our therapists named Danny, her name's Danny Horn. The three of us are kind of collaborating together to get some courses going and some continuing edu or not conti some session prep content. And so that should be coming out a little bit more steadily here soon. And so Natasha has a course already published on our website. And then Deanie already has some session prep, and then I just need to get my course going so we can get that 100% launched. And so I was starting to say that we didn't have stuff going on, but we actually do. But yeah, Dynamics always growing. We're growing into Bloomington, Indiana. So I'm going to be looking, I think, to hire my first team member in Bloomington come fall. And so I'm trying to build my own caseload and seeing how that goes. And so, I think business is always moving and grooving and it's good right now. So yeah.
That's so
Basic. Of course, there's
Yeah.
always things that are happening. You're
yeah.
like the
Right.
queen of like,
I just
actually, we should do this, and then we should do that, and it's gonna be great. And you're gonna, I mean, I swear to God, between the two of you, you're gonna end up taking over the music therapy world, and it's gonna be phenomenal, right? And I love this
I
game, and
appreciate you guys.
I love that I get to be a part of it.
I
um,
mean, you're going to be alongside of me taking over the
Yeah,
music
I was
therapy
like,
world.
come
You and
on,
Erica both.
all three of us.
Actually, watch out, world. Here we come. Well, Jen, thank you
Yes.
so much for being our
Yes.
very first guest. You're
Yes.
a
Thank you
Congratulations.
guys for
sparkle
having me.
and
I
sunshine.
appreciate it.
So, and again, if any of you are interested in interacting with our podcast, you can email us at Erica. What is that email address again?
Hello at sparklesandsunshine.net.
Perfect.